Hello, I'm Samantha, and this is a speaking class. Today we're going to be talking about slang and stereotypes of Canadians, because I'm Canadian, so it's kind of appropriate. So if you have reservations, hey Fran.
Hi.
If you guys have reservations, you can use them and come on in right now, and that would be awesome and be great to see you. If you don't, you can get reservations here. The link. You can either become a premium member, you pay $25 for a month, and then you get unlimited reservations, or there's other ways you can get reservations, like liking the Facebook page and things like that. Otherwise, you'll be able to join in just about a minute as soon as the green button's there. Frickin'.
Yeah, this was my last reservation.
Your last reservation, okay. Well, this is, do you know what this class is about, Firkin? Did you hear me explain it?
No.
It's about Canadian slang.
It's good, eh?
Yeah, it's going to be a good class, eh? We're going to learn all about Canadian slang. Because I'm Canadian, so I've got, it's okay, you guys can make fun of me throughout the class if you want, that's fine. But I've got lots of little video clips and some other stuff that we'll look at, so. Just to kind of warm us up, I'd like you guys to tell me your name, where you're from, and a slang word or a stereotype of your country, okay? So tell me your name, where you're from, and some sort of slang about your country, or a stereotype or something. So I'm Samantha. I'm from Canada, as I just told you. And we say a lot. That's probably the biggest slang about Canada, eh? And if you've taken classes with me, you know that I try very hard not to say a, but in real life, I say it a lot. So in class, I try not to. I make a pretty good effort. So, how about let's start with Fran. Just kind of an introduction and something about your country, slang or stereotype.
Well, I'm Fran. I am from Spain. We've got a lot of slangs and a lot of cliché about ourselves. Perhaps one of the most famous is that Spanish people are supposed to be very lazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like the biggest stereotype I think about Spain. Is that you guys are always just like relaxing,
singing, watching bullfighting, and dancing in strange ways.
Yeah, you're on the beach a lot, right?
Yeah.
With like guys with, you know, maracas.
It's funny because most of us, in fact, hate bullfighting.
Okay, so that slang or that stereotype is like completely wrong.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And hi, James. James, are you there? Maybe not. Okay. Firkin.
I don't know any stereotype about my country. Do you know any?
No, I don't. No. Does anyone know any stereotypes about Turkey? I can't think of anything. Stereotypes.
Yes, I know.
Turkey.
We always see Turkey in movies and other stuff like the people dancing with the hats and the what do they call it? Something like a skirt, large skirts, and they are spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning.
Like the hula skirts?
It's like a traditional dance there in Turkey.
Actually, in Hollywood movies, they show Turks like they're always popping smoke and
yeah,
Yeah.
Turkey, like in movies, Turkish people are always very dangerous. I feel like you see them in movies like in Die Hard, and like they're just like drug lords, and there's lots of guns and stuff. I don't know. But I have a feeling it's nothing like that. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Midu, Ali.
Hi.
Can you tell us your name, where you're from, and some sort of stereotype about your country? Okay.
Okay, my name is Mohammed and I am from Egypt, and everyone knows how the media um you know how the media always describe our country, like our Arabs, um like always the tall beards and um killing and terrorizing people and pumping stuff and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
There's also like a very general stereotype about Egypt that you guys all you have is like pyramids and sand, right?
And camels.
It's just like camels and it's a big desert and there's pyramids everywhere.
Yes.
So again, that's not
all
really
about Egypt. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like yeah. So that's a pretty wide stereotype, I think. Okay. Hey, Raphael.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I'm from Spain too. I'm according with Frank. There are a lot of stereotypes in my country about my country that lazy people and everyone is a bullfighter. But it is not true. We are very normal people. We are hard worker. But one stereotype that is true is we are very funny.
Yeah, I definitely get like this to Spain. To me, when people think about Spain, it's like that you guys are just always on the beach with like music and you're just relaxing and you wake up at like noon and you just very relaxed.
I hope.
Yeah. He says my turn, but no, I'll go last because the whole class is going to be about Canada, so I'll go after. What about who's this? Tom?
Yeah, hello everyone.
Hi.
I'm Tom. I'm from China. We're studying Finland now. So, according to stereotype, maybe I don't know, the Great Wall of China, and
Yeah.
We love eating.
Yeah, all you eat is rice. Right?
No, not
According to
not
stereotype, everything.
not
Yeah.
really. But there was a joke that is said that Chinese only eat with wings, without but anything with wings but plan, anything with leg but table, anything with like something like this. It's like
That's a good joke.
yeah.
You'll eat anything with legs, but you don't eat at a table. It's terrible. Yeah, I think of China, it's like, yeah, the Great Wall of China, and all you guys eat is rice, pretty much. Obviously not true, but just a stereotype. And Wanderson?
Yes, hi.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Wanderson. I'm from Brazil. And people here uses slangs a lot, all day. They like to speak not a lot of things. They like to abbreviate everything. And Brazil is known by its beaches
Yeah.
and
I was gonna
barbecue.
say, when I think of Brazil, it's the same as Spain. Like, you guys are just relaxing on the beach. And
Yeah, eating barbecue.
Yeah, barbecue.
Every Sunday.
Yeah, listening to
And
music. Everything's very
we lo-
colorful.
Yeah, and we love rice and beans.
Yeah, okay. And so when I mentioned Canada, I told you I'm from Canada, eh? So what stereotypes do you guys think of when I tell you about Canada? Can you think of any Canadian stereotypes?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
Canadian
snow.
Canadian will have like accents, unique accents, I guess.
Where I can't even do the accent because it's not true. But yeah, there's some sort of accent that goes along with being Canadian. I don't know
Yeah.
anyone with this particular Canadian accent that we seem to that people think we have. I don't know. So there's
In
an
the movie,
accent. We say A all the time. What else? Maple syrup, yeah.
and they always show
Um,
their sorry, sorry, sorry.
Sorry. Okay, that one's true. I'll tell you while we're talking about them, some of them are true, so I'll tell you which ones are true.
Canadian people is very cold.
Yeah.
It's a topic. And they like dancing Caribbean dances, like salsa or something like that. They
Oh,
like. I
yeah.
heard about
And
it.
Okay.
and Justin Bieber is from
Oh
Canada.
no, yeah, Justin Bieber. Justin.
Yeah,
You know?
Bieber fevers.
You guys probably won't believe me, but I've actually seen Justin Bieber before. He's from Stratford, and it's a town that's about half an hour away from where I live. And when he was like just starting, and he was only famous really in Canada at first for a little bit, I saw him at the mall once with like a bunch of my friends. We're like, is that Justin Bieber? Like I don't know, I think so. But he wasn't really very famous. He was only kind of on Canadian news, and then like maybe 6 months later, he turned into this like big, huge celebrity. It's kind of depressing, actually. But yeah, Justin Bieber's Canadian, and Avril Lavigne is Canadian.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Never know that before.
So before Justin Bieber, people used to be like, "Oh, you're from Canada? Do you know Avril Lavigne?" It's like, no. Now it's like, "You're from Canada? Wow, you must know Justin Bieber." No, we don't just all know each other. It's pretty big. Yeah. Maple syrup, Mounties. Yeah.
So where do you live? Like exactly? Like
Near, kind of near Toronto, about an hour
Oh.
and a half from Toronto. I live in France actually right now, but I'm from Canada.
Oh,
So,
cool.
pardon?
Cool.
So, Firkin mentioned Mounties, so I'm just gonna show you a picture, a Mountie picture, before we watch some videos that I found. Sir, can you please step out of your car? I pulled you over for failing to wave thank you at the station wagon who let you merge back there. So it's saying that all of our cops are Mounties and that they're so useless that they would pull someone over because they didn't say thank you because Canadians are supposed to be polite. Yeah. Beavers, yeah, beaver. Yes. Okay, so first thing I wanted to do was watch a video. So, Canadian stereotypes. I'll look at that afterwards. Me do. So here's the link. I'll put it on the YouTube tab. So if you click on YouTube, over at the left-hand side, the video will be there in just a second. So everyone over at the left where it says YouTube, you can either watch it there or you can just watch it on your own browser, whatever works for you, okay?
Have you seen my tube? Oh, sure. Oh, you know, just doing the. Can you pass me the Bolson? Minus 20.
Very funny.
Okay.
What is a moose?
Oh.
That
So,
was hilarious.
pardon?
What is a moose?
What is a moose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Animal.
I'll show you a picture. I'll pull up. There's a
Is it like
stereotype that moose, like that we all have a pet moose, and moose are just like all over Canada. But there, some.
Oh, reindeer, right? It's something
No.
like reindeer.
Oh.
No, well, kind of, I guess, kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of like a reindeer.
And
So-
I don't get it why he always say like moose.
I don't know. People just, it's a stereotype where, because Canada's, there's a lot of space since it's so big, and there's a lot of nature, and there's a stereotype that there are just moose like everywhere, which is not true. Please don't mute me. I have seen a few, but only up north. Yeah. So there was a whole bunch of stuff packed in there. Do you guys know what a loony is?
No.
Hattie, can you please stop muting people? Hattie?
Sorry.
It's okay.
I thought that I only mute you for myself because
No, if you want to mute yourself, you have to click on your own microphone up at the top. In the top
thank
corner.
you.
Yes. Thanks, Jane. So a loonie is our dollar coin, and a toonie is our $2 coin. So
Creative.
we named our coins Looney and Toonie, and people make fun of us for that. Especially Americans, they think it's fun. They think it's hilarious. So,
It is.
Could you repeat? A loony, $1?
yeah, a loony is $1 and a toonie is $2. And then you, in the video, he said, "You have two loonies for a toonie. I have to go get a double at Tim Hortons." That sounds like something I would say.
You are funniest than the Spanish people and Egyptian. You are funniest. Funnier.
And then Spanish, because we have loonies and toonies.
and he has such an accent, you know, like you know.
When I say the words, the Canadian words, I think maybe this accent like comes out, but I don't really talk. But I don't really talk like that.
Please try.
A loony and a toonie, but we do not say a boot, and we do not say hoose. There's no boot and there's no hoose. Okay, we say about and house. We don't go a boot the hoose with our pet moose. That doesn't happen. Okay.
This is so hilarious.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at a little list of slang here. I'll give you guys the clip or the link. So these are some slang words in Canada. A Canuck is a derogatory term for Canadians, which we have heartily embraced. So Canuck actually began as an insult. Like Americans would be like, "Oh, you're just a Canuck, stupid Canadian." And now we're like, "Yeah, we're Canucks." So we took this insult and made it like a good thing, and it's about Canada pride to be a great Canuck. It just means that you're a Canadian. Cowtown is slang for the city of Calgary, because that's where the Calgary Stampede is, and there's a lot of cows. So we call it Cowtown. A Chesterfield. So that's another word for couch. That I actually didn't know was only really said in Canada, but I guess it's the way Canadians say couch, and yes, I use that word. So it says, "Granted, only my grandparents say this, but everyone in Canada knows what it is." So it's kind of an older word. Chinook is a westerly wind. It's the name of a wind, Chinook. A click is slang for kilometers. So yes, we use the metric system, and if we're talking about kilometers and giving someone directions, you'd be like, "Oh, it's like 50 clicks down Highway 2." and that means like 50 kilometers, 50 clicks. And yes, we say that. I say that too, 50 clicks. So this is slang mostly that we actually do use. A, yes, of course, good old A. It says it has unlimited uses, but it tends to mean don't you think, or huh? Not exclusively Canadian, but one of the most popular slang terms we're known for. Garburator is a name for a garbage disposal. Call it the garburator. I think what actually has happened is that we just add "ater" to the end of anything to make it sound more intense. Like it comes from like the Terminator. It's the garburator.
Please, we are trying to learn English. Please.
But these are slang. These are slang terms.
Yeah.
They're still said in English. They're just not proper words.
We don't know to talk in English properly.
But now, if you ever decide to go to Canada, you can use all of the slang, and everyone will think you'll fit right in. Right?
Of course, of course. Very nice.
Homo milk. That's what we call whole milk. It says no, not the flamboyant version of milk, just whole milk. So homo is like kind of a rude way to call someone gay if they're homosexual. We call them homo.
And have a hobo.
It's not nice. It's an insult to call someone a homo. So that's not what it means, homo milk. It just means it's whole milk, like milk of whole fat. Okay, homo milk. And I guess that's Canadian. I didn't know that either, but we do say that. It's like 4% milk or something.
And how about hobo? What does hobo mean?
Hobo? Hobo is a homeless person.
Oh.
Yeah.
Homie?
Homie?
Homie is like friends.
That's like your
it's
friend.
Like homie.
Your homie.
Yeah, like homie.
Yeah. Hosed means you're angry or pissed off. So you can get hosed if something goes wrong and you're just really not having a good day, maybe you got hosed. Or you could say, say for example, you're on the highway and then all of the traffic compacts and you're stuck in a traffic jam. You could say something like, what a hose pattern. I guess hose is a Canadian word too. But you can get hosed, you can be in a hose pattern, or you can be a hoser. So it's kind of an insult. It kind of means loser. You'd be like, oh, you're such a hoser. And we don't say that very often, but it exists. Hoser. And I know I have that Canadian accent when I say it, so I'm trying not to. You're such a hoser. Hydro refers to electricity. Your hydro bill.
What?
Yeah, I didn't know that one was slang either, but hydro means electricity. Yeah, that's like super common. Like it says it on a lease that you have to pay your hydro bill.
Hydroelectric could be hydroelectric.
Yeah, hydroelectric. So we call electricity hydro. So I have my water bill and my hydro bill. Yeah, just one of those things, I guess. Kraft dinner. Oh, I should have brought. I have a box in my cupboard of Kraft dinner, but it's just macaroni and cheese. Kraft dinner. We call it KD. And then a loony. I told you about a loony.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got a Mickey. So when we talk about alcohol in Canada, we have lots of different names for things that don't exist in other places. So a Mickey is like a bottle that's about this big of liquor. We call that a Mickey. And then a regular size bottle of liquor is we call it a 2.6 or a 26er. I don't know why. And then for a case of beer, like a full case of beer that has 24 beers in it, we call it a 2.4. So those are our different names for alcohol. My English will be mixed up after that. Yeah, there's lots of different slang. So I'm not exactly teaching you like proper English right now, right? It's slang that you hear in Canada.
Whenever I go,
It's okay, but it is fun. It is fun. I'm enjoying it.
And I think the funny part is that I'm Canadian and I say almost all of these words that I've told you so far. So I didn't know hydro was slang. I thought everybody said that until I read this. A Mountie. Mounties are members of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. And there is a stereotype that all of our police officers ride horses, and that's not true, okay? They don't all ride horses and wear the hats. Like, no, it's not true, okay? They have cars. They have police cars, like the same as most places. But Mounties do exist, and yes, I have seen them before. But usually you only see them, like, outside of the Parliament building, and it's kind of a novelty thing where tourists can go and see the Mounties, but you just really don't see them very often. The Mountie hat? Oh, the hat. I don't have it here. I have it in Canada. But I'm going home for 2 weeks, so if you ask really nicely, I'll show you while I'm at home.
Really nicely.
A newfie. A newfie, that's like a rude thing to call someone who's from Newfoundland. You call them a newfie, and it has actually turned into an insult. So if you call someone a newfie, it means like they're really dumb and they just don't understand anything. You're like, oh, you're such a newfie, and it's just kind of turned into an insult that you can call anyone, but it started as like what you call people from Newfoundland. Yeah. It's not it's not meant to be like a rude thing to say, because not everyone from Newfoundland is dumb, right? That's not true. But it's just kind of turned into that, and I don't know. There's a lot of newfie jokes, like how many newfies does it take to screw in a light bulb is one of them. There's lots of jokes like that. And, so don't go to Canada and call someone a hoser, and don't call them a newfie, or it might not go so well for you. Okay?
And what if they told us like that?
They'd probably just say sorry. If you insult them, they'll probably just say sorry, so it's fine. I'm just kidding. Pencil crayons. That's what we call colored pencils. I didn't know there were other names until I came here and met Americans who don't call them pencil crayons, but that's what we call them. And also felt tip pens. We call them markers.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's another thing that they don't say everywhere else. I've never heard that one before. So pop, we call soda pop. Okay. I can't even say that. Americans say soda, and Canadians say pop. And some Americans from very northern America, like close to Canada, they say pop. But like all Canadians say pop. We never say soda. It sounds funny to me to say soda.
And British say
whoa, hey, Servet.
Hey.
You always like sneak up on me. I don't know you there. I skipped Pepsi because I've never heard that one before, so I don't know if that's really.
Not Pepsi.
Yeah.
Fizzy drink. You know fizzy drink.
Yeah, it's a type of pop. But they were saying Pepsi is a derogatory term for French Canadians, but I've never heard that before, so I just skipped it.
Isn't it a same as soda? I thought what they were saying.
Yeah, Pepsi is a brand of pop. It's a brand. But they were saying that to call someone a Pepsi is an insult, but I've never heard that before, so I just skipped it.
Yes.
Poutine. Do you guys know what poutine is?
No.
I heard it.
It's probably more of something that Americans know about Canadians, because it's not like super a big thing. But poutine is just French fries with cheese and gravy. And there's a stereotype from Americans that all Canadians eat is poutine, bacon, and maple syrup. And it's not fully true, but you know, we do eat a lot of bacon and a lot of maple syrup and a lot of poutine. But we eat other things as well. Fizzy drink, yeah. To call it a fizzy drink, I think that's kind of British, isn't it? To say fizzy drink?
Yes, that's what I said.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's British, and soda is American, and pop is Canadian. So there's also lots of slang in Australia, New Zealand, and other English-speaking places, but I don't know a lot of them. Runners and sneakers, tennis shoes. So running shoes, like shoes that you wear for athletics, we call them runners. Or running shoes.
Slang?
It's not really slang, it's just a word that we use, I guess. But in America, they say sneakers more so than runners. You'd have to ask an American about that one, but I say runners. Take off means get out of here, like leave me alone. Say take off hoser.
Sorry.
It's bad. Timbit. Timbits are the little round donut bites that you can get at Tim Hortons. At Timmy's.
What is Tim Hortons?
Okay, Tim Hortons is the big coffee chain in Canada, and there's like a million different franchises all over Canada, and it's mostly Americans that make fun of us for this, but Americans think that Canadians just sit in Tim Hortons with coffee and donuts all the time, like 24/7, and they have to drink like 3 Tim Hortons coffees a day, and all we do is like eat donuts. So sometimes when I meet Americans, they'll be like, "Oh, where's your Timmy's?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah." They're like, "Where's your donut?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah, good one. That's really funny." So they, it's mostly Americans that kind of tease us about Tim Hortons, and we call it Timmy's. I call Tim Hortons Timmy's. It's like just a nickname for Tim Hortons restaurant. Virtually on every street corner. Yes, it's true. Toonie is our $2 coin. This person said, I hope we don't come up with a $5 coin, a foonie. But no, we have a loonie and a toonie. A toque is a winter hat. That's pretty distinctly Canadian. You don't say toque in America. But it's just a generic like hat that you put on your head. We call them toques. I don't know why. Another one of those things. Track pants or a track suit. It's like sweatpants that you wear to work out, to exercise. Oh, I told you about 2-4. Oh yeah, washroom. We don't say toilets. Never, never, never. That's that sounds funny. So someone said, "Oh, where's the toilet?" I would know what you were asking, but I'd be like, it's in the washroom. It sounds funny. But in British English, they say toilets. Where's the toilet? Where's the John or the loo? Those are all different British terms. In Canada, we say washroom. In America, they say bathroom, usually.
Who says restroom?
Restroom is kind of just a fancier way to say it. Yeah.
British.
Like if you're being very, very polite in a restaurant, you might say, "Where is your restroom?" But you wouldn't go to your friend and be like, "Do you know where the restroom is?" Because it sounds kind of funny. You just ask about the washroom. Zed. We pronounce it Zed, the letter. There's also the pronunciation Z, but we pronounce it Zed. And I think that's a pretty comprehensive list. Yes. There's more, but I've got a few more. A keener. Have you heard this before? Probably not.
No.
A keener is someone who is like really, really into their studies and really nerdy. Have you heard brown noser before?
No.
A keener or a brown noser is someone who like sucks up to the teacher and tries to get A+ all the time and is like, "Oh, you're looking so pretty today, teacher. I brought you an apple. Like, here you go."
My friend is totally like that. My friend is totally like that.
You hand in your assignments like 3 weeks early. You're like, "Look, I'm already done my assignment. It's like 3 pages too long."
Yeah, and they would ask for like extra point.
Yeah,
Seriously.
exactly.
Seriously. It's so funny.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to show you another video.
Mm.
Do you guys watch How I Met Your Mother?
No.
Yes.
Has anyone seen How I Met Your Mother? Yes? I heard someone.
Yes.
You know
I
how they
see.
make fun of Canada all the time? With Robin?
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Here's
are
just
known as the stupid cousins of Americans.
yeah, there's lots of different stereotypes that come out in How I Met Your Mother. Like in one, Barney says like, Canada, why do we let you be a country? And it's like, oh. And things like that. They're just constantly making fun of Canada. Or they'll say, oh, well, they got married in Canada. Well, that doesn't count. Like, or yeah, they make lots of kind of jokes. They make jokes about our free healthcare and stuff. So in South Park, Let's Blame Canada. Yeah, if you guys know about funny Canada clips, you can put them in the chat and maybe we'll watch some of them. But let's watch this How I Met Your Mother one. I'll just add it to the playlist. 1 second. So,
That's just hilarious.
pardon?
That's just funny.
So that was like the Canadian accent. Like,
Mm.
oh, don't mess a boot. Take off, hoser. It's like Robin always talks like that as soon as she gets into her Canadian mode on that show. It's pretty
Show
funny.
that zombie apocalypse.
Pardon?
Zombie apocalypse.
Zombie. Oh, no, no.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Do you have the link?
Yes.
Maybe I'll show it at the end if we have time. That one's terrible. Okay, I want to watch.
Hoser.
Sorry?
What is hoser?
Hoser? It's an insult. In Canada, if you call someone a hoser, it means like they're a loser. They're not cool. If you say take off hoser, it means like leave me alone. But we don't really say hoser very often. We more use it to like kind of joke about Canada ourselves. Like we're making fun of ourselves when we say it. It's not really very common. Yeah. So I want to watch. Oh, another stereotype about Canada is that we drink a lot of beer, and that is true.
Really true.
People think about us like sitting in our igloos with beer, just like, you know, in our little igloo with their dog sled outside. Like that part's not true, but there is definitely a lot of beer and a lot of beer pride in Canada because Canadians really like their brand, Canadian beer. So I wanted to watch a couple Molson Canadian commercials because they're intentionally bringing up stereotypes and stuff about Canada, which are kind of funny. So
Perfect.
here's one. I'll put it on the YouTube tab again. They're all really short, so don't worry. Oh no, you added the zombie apocalypse. I have to delete it or it'll play automatically, so I'll add it at the end.
Very nice.
Yeah, Canada. He put me in the mood. Yes, Canada.
Okay, there's two more. They're all really short, so we'll just watch them in sequence.
They make a joke about American. Hello. May I, teacher?
That was a good accent. No dude about it. We don't talk like that.
May I, teacher?
Eric, we're on the YouTube tab. We're just watching a few clips. So
Yes,
just
I was watching them.
Okay, we just have one more. It's almost finished. Okay. You didn't understand the running water joke?
No.
Something else, Americans make fun of us saying that we don't have any electricity or water because we just live in igloos. We have like nothing. Like, yes, we have electricity, we have water. We call it hydro though. This conversation is for kind of understanding slang and stereotypes about Canada. So now I want you guys to give me your best Canadian accent. You can completely mock me if you want to. I won't get offended. It's okay. Prepare a few sentences and use as much slang and be as stereotypical as humanly possible. So be as stereotypical as you can about Canada, and present your slang and your stereotypes to us. So I want you guys to pretend that you're like the ultimate stereotypical Canadian, okay? And we'll kind of take turns practicing. You can use some of the words I taught you if you want. I'll give you the list. Where is it? Here's that list. Okay. Does anybody want to go first?
What was the loony and boony?
A loony.
Double.
A loony is a dollar coin. A toonie is a $2 coin.
Okay.
And a double-double. A double-double is coffee with 2 creams and 2 sugars in it.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone says that we always walk around drinking double-doubles from Tim Hortons all the time. And it's kind of true. So.
Do you drink double-double?
Yes.
Well,
but I don't eat a lot of donuts.
About. May I try?
Okay, go.
About how many clicks do you leave from Paris?
I live about 100 clicks.
How many pop do you eat? Do you drink every day?
I drink a lot of pop, especially Coke.
But how is the accent? Is the accent is?
It's pretty good.
I'm pretending.
Can I be next?
Okay, who's that? Wonderson?
Yeah. So I went to the washroom to try out my my toque, but it didn't fit, so I got very hosed.
It was such a hose pattern. I got so hosed. That was good. Went to the washroom to try on my toque.
Let's go to have some Mickeys.
Pardon, Raphael?
Let's go to have some Mickeys.
Let's go have a Mickey. Let's go drink a Mickey. Yeah. It sounds about right. Okay. What about Fran?
Well, I'm not sure.
You're not ready yet? Okay. Okay, we'll come back to you. James?
Yep.
Do you want to give us your best Canadian accent?
I don't know. Let me try. Can you pass to other people first? Let me be the last.
Okay. How about Firkin?
Okay. But I warn you, it will be like Scottish accent.
That's okay. So the only people in Canada who talk with like a slightly kind of Irish accent are Newfies, and that's probably why we make fun of them. So that like weird accent is mostly coming from people in like really far Newfoundland, but it doesn't really exist anymore. Like no one really talks that way. But okay, Firkin.
I look loony for too loony. Maybe I will go Timmy's, eh? Why is this washroom so dirty? Sorry, I'm not talking about you, hoser.
Sorry. That's good. And okay, the sorry thing is really true. So I was saying if I was walking down the street and someone like bumped into me really, really hard and it was completely not my fault, I would still say sorry. We'd both be like, oh, sorry. Like, if someone like steps on your foot, you're like, oh, sorry, my foot was in your way. You just apologize for everything. It's and I do it here, except in French. I'll just be like, oh, pardon, like all the time. People are like, why are you apologizing? Like, what's wrong with this girl? Like, they don't really apologize so often here.
You're very polite.
Yeah, I guess we're very polite. Yeah. Okay, anyone else want to take a stab and try to do a Canadian accent? That was good for a kid.
Sorry.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
Let's have tonight. We can have a crab dinner on my house.
My house.
My house.
Okay. What about you, Servette? Can you try to give us a Canadian accent?
I don't know Canadian accent. I just know a few slangs. Yes.
The only accent is like that. It's really just our slang, and there is a little bit of an accent that people kind of jokingly, like kind of what Firkin just did. It's almost a little bit Scottish, but nobody really talks like that, so I don't know. Did you want to try, Servette? You can just use some of the slang if just use a bit of the slang and some expressions.
Okay. Samantha?
Yes?
Could you please let me a pair of tunies to eat some homo meal?
Perfect.
Here, I'll give you some tunies to get some homo milk. Are you going to take it to your house? And have it with your pancakes and maple syrup and bacon? Servette, you don't want to try?
I'm not sure.
Confused. It's okay. Okay. So I'm going to show you another thing. This is a map um, of Canada. And it has been written all over with stereotypes. So if you don't know your Canadian geography, that's okay. Most Canadians don't either, so it's fine. But there are just kind of stereotypes that pretty much come from America, right? So it's mostly Americans that have labeled it, us with these stereotypes. For example, up northern Canada, all there is ice, just a whole bunch of ice. It's just ice, ice, and more ice. We've got polar bears, wolves, Bigfoot, diamonds, and ice, basically. Santa's house. Santa lives up there somewhere. There's igloos, mucklucks. That's I don't even know what a muckluck is, but just very, very cold. It's freezing cold. Then you have Sarah Palin living over there in not in Canada, but in Alaska. And then when you look down kind of over here, we've got people who talk funny on the East Coast, people who talk really funny on the farther East Coast, and then New Ireland up here. So that's where that kind of funny accent comes from. And then when you think about, zoom in a bit, when you think about Quebec, you think about maple syrup, where French people live, poutine, basically. We've got some stuff about Ontario, hockey teams, bad politicians. And it's just kind of talking about, on the West Coast, all you think about is trees, bears, beavers, marijuana, and hippies, basically. So.
Very nice.
And then in Alberta, it's just oil, 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 and cowboys. Lots of cowboys and oil and flapjacks. So that's Alberta. And then Manitoba, it's just our Saskatchewan and Manitoba are both just flat farmland, basically, where there's black flies and it's really boring. So that's kind of a map of America's perspective of Canada.
This is my Canada map for me.
This is your Canada map? Yeah, it's just part of America, basically. Yeah. Okay. I think I have one more video clip. Let me find it. It's Rick Mercer talking about annoying Canadian stereotypes. There it is. I'll put it on YouTube, and then maybe we'll watch Firkin's video about zombies, maybe. But it's a little bit embarrassing for my poor country. So let's and right now, I don't live in Canada. I actually live in France right now, but I'm from southern Ontario, so near Toronto. Okay. Okay. So it's another video. It's just kind of funny about Rick Mercer. And yeah, our national languages are Canadian. Are English and French. But most of us can't speak French. Quebecers can speak French, and the rest of the country can, kind of very generally speaking, can read a little bit of French and maybe write a little bit of French, but their speaking is just terrible, and we can't really speak French, even though it's our national language. A lot of people can, but a lot of people can't. So we have two national languages, but it's mostly English. But whenever you see anything like in politics or anything like that, it's always translated into both languages. So everything that an English-speaking politician says in a debate or something, it'll be translated later into French. Worldwide language is English. Yeah, pretty much, I would say. It's getting that way anyway. Yeah.
We have 3
Pardon?
We have 3 minutes to watch that video.
Okay. The zombie video?
Yeah.
How long is it?
1 minute.
Okay. Is it on the playlist?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, we'll watch the zombie apocalypse video. Can you put the link in the chat for everybody? I'm just going to pause it there. So this is a video of a Canadian politician jokingly saying that we need to put measures in place in case there is, in fact, a zombie apocalypse. So this actually did happen in Canadian Parliament, and it's kind of going with the stereotype that there's nothing really interesting going on in Canadian politics, and we're just kind of joking around, and no one really takes Canada seriously. So, yeah, it's pretty funny, but it's also a little bit embarrassing. So, yeah. Okay, we're just about out of time. Does anyone have any stereotypes they want to add, eh?
No, eh?
No, eh? Okay. All right. And if you're wondering why I never say any of these things in class, it's because I only really say them when I'm with other Canadians. So it's very strange how that works, but like only Canadians.
I think you can feel free to say anything you want, like anything you like comfortable with.
Yeah. All right. So you guys can check out my Verbling Facebook page if you want. Yeah. And here's my
already like it.
Teacher page. Okay. Very cool. That was fun. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon.
Very funny. Thank you, Samantha.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye, guys.
Samantha. Enjoyed so much.
Bye.